Sweetenberg.
Look loud now, look at loud.
So excited.
Now, let me tell you why I'm so excited what Renee's going to be teaching on today. Renee has been in my unit for a very long time. For a very, very long time. And Renee is one of these people that she's done a complete turnaround in her business and is rocking and rolling it. Has a why, is busy, is active, is plugged in. And once Renee got plugged in, it's amazing what has happened with her business. Because not only is she plugged in and showing up at everything, she is applying everything that she's learning. She is working her business. She's doing it, and she's a busy, busy, busy woman. So Renee has been doing amazing things. She's a great support system for our unit, a great support system for her sister consultants as well. But she's been doing some amazing things in her business, and she's really wrapped around this new customer service program, which is a tweak on the Grand Rewards that we trained on y'all before. But I could really wrap my head around this, and obviously Renee has, because in 6 weeks her business is gone boom, just completely boom with this. So I'm going to turn it over to the red hot Renee Sweetenberg.
Y'all pass everybody a yo-yo around. And the yo-yo is for how you work your business. Nothing happens until, like you do a yo-yo, it don't move unless you do something. So, if you don't use a yo-yo, it won't work. So everybody has to,
No, she's gonna be short. She'll be short one. She'll be short. I'm sorry. She'll be short
Okay.
one.
No, I was going to give it to whoever.
Sorry.
it is working your business. And nothing happens until you do something.
Do you need one more?
That'd be mine, I guess.
Okay. You're right.
So a yo-yo doesn't move and nothing happens in your business unless you do something or sell something. So, and I was having a hard time with trying to track and keep up with everything that was going on and doing. And so, when this came out, I didn't like the other system. But so when this book came out, I really jumped on it and I love it. I track mine 2 ways. I track mine by the month, how many people I see by the month, how much sales I make by the month, and also I do it, I know on the side who I need to revisit in 3 months. So that's what my tags are for.
All right, and tell them where can they find what you're talking about, they can refer to.
It's in the Dropbox, and it's also in your sheet under, which one was
Customer service.
Customer service. In your workbook you got today. So I go in, I list my customers' names, their phone numbers, whether I have them in PCP or not, whether I interviewed them or not, and I track everything. Once they hit $250, I'll send them a $25 gift card. And so they can come back and shop, and it's good for through the whole rest of the year. So they can come back and shop whenever they want to, but every time they hit $250, they get a gift card, or 10% of whatever they say.
How was that?
So also I track, like I said, I track about a month, so I know what my sales was for the month. And if they came back and they bought through the month, I also keep the running track and tabs of that. So if you got a blue tag and you bought in July, that means I need to revisit you in October. I need to see, and even I do it by 2 days and 2 weeks. So I make sure I'm following up with all my customers and seeing what's going on. And within 6 weeks of me really working this thing, I think it was a little bit longer, but I tracked back for 6 weeks. I made over $2,000 just in 6 weeks by just tracking. And I was having a hard time tracking, and this came out. I love it. So.
And tell them how many pages are in
I got
that?
100 in this book, and I'm already at 65 customers.
Bless your
Yeah.
heart.
And then
And now
a second book, right?
yeah, I got a second book, but I gave that second book to Tiffany so that she can start tracking her customers. Because I can make another book, and I'm going to within the next few weeks, and I'll have that book.
How do they get it? How much does it cost?
You can get this book. I have mine. I have a little cheat way. I can print it at work, and so then I'll take it to Office Max, and they put it together, bind it together for me. And I think I paid $3 with our discount at Office Max. We're doing it.
And you can do the same thing with FedEx. You can
Yeah.
send it to them,
and they will deliver it to you, bound, coiled, set.
Yeah, I think it was
Like
like
this.
$6.49
Yeah,
for them to print it and
buy
find
it and send it.
So now I'm starting to track on mine as well of who I interviewed. So that way I know, but I need to go back and revisit. So everybody in this book will eventually gonna have where they've been interviewed with me. So I'm gonna talk to everybody in this book whether or not they want it or not. So that's my next job.
And 2 books, which would be 50 customers. No,
I have 100 books. I have
No,
100 in
okay.
this
Well,
book.
each book represents $25,000 sold. 2 of these books filled is National Quarter Sales Plus. Would probably put you in the top 20 if you sell 50,000.
But you gotta use a yo-yo.
So it has.
So they don't end up in the book until they've spent $250?
No, they end up in the book. Every time somebody make a sale with me, they're in the book.
So does each page represent one customer?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and then that's how you track them.
Right,
Oh,
I track
okay,
about
okay.
each customer. Each
Because I'm like,
customer
oh,
has
that's
a
gonna
sheet
get
and a name.
Can you pass it around?
Yeah, each customer has a sheet and a name.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So I feel like each customer
that's so much fun.
have their own sheet and their own name, and you can keep. And then the backside you need to make notes on. You can make notes on and stuff like that.
That's wonderful.
Do they know they're part of this?
Yes, my customers know they are part of this.
Oh, see, that.
How do they know?
Yeah.
How did you let them?
I let them know when they made the sale. I told them we have a pink. It's called pink points. So every time you reach the pink points, and it's how do I get the pink points? So every time you spend something, it adds us pink points. So then I'll send them a little note and say, hey, you already at 75 points in my book. And so they know once they reach 200. And every customer, after they make the sale, they know they're going into my book. And they will get 10% of whatever the total $250 once it's all done. So I've got 4 customers already that's hit the $250.
That's great.
How do you incorporate, like if you have a party and she had a $500 party?
Okay, if I have a lady, and I do have one in here that has a party, and I don't count, like if I give anything, if I give it half price, like somebody does something or interview, and I give it half price, it only put the half price in, not the whole price. So if I've got a customer in here now that's, all she got was free stuff because she's had parties for me. Right. So her bottom total is 0 because until she buys something.
That's based on retail sales.
Right. Unless she buys something, she has
get the pink one.
she has a sheet in here, so I know what she's bought or what she's gotten free. But she don't have any points because she hadn't bought anything.
Right.
She had to physically give me green money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's some examples of postcards that I ran a copy of when I send to my customers how many pink points they have. So if you need help with verbiage,
Cool.
it's the next page. And I just did this on Vistaprint, and it's verbiage you can use to let them know.
This is so helpful because I just started and I have I probably got 25 or 30 new customers, and I've been trying to call them every 2 days and then remember what they ordered and everything. And now that it's getting past that, I'm starting to have a little panic attack because I'm like, okay, how am I going to keep this straight? And you write it all out in the calendar and everything, but you don't want to go all the way back and figure out who is your customer and where it's going to go. I like having all this separate.
And one thing too, I work 2 jobs. I work a full-time job and I work a part-time job, which is I got full-time hours. And I work my Mary Kay in between 6 and 9, and throughout the day I can make calls, for my full-time job. So it works. It's just you gotta get out there to do it to make it work. You can happen. It can happen. And with everything going on in my life, me remodeling the house and doing all that, that book has kept me on track of what I'm doing.
And when you're in action, you're smiling
That's
with that yo-yo.
With my yo-yo.
Working it, girl.
Yeah, it takes so much
And
work.
I also love, Whitney, for example, you had one customer who bought over $250 in one appointment,